Wednesday, April 11th, 2018, Monaco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. The Dow looks like it's ready to do a dead cross, not a death cross, and I'll explain what a dead cross is. I'll also look at what the markets are doing, and after that I'll look at the dead cross, the charts, look at the charts of the Dow, gold, and dollar index as well, and a little bit at the news, what's happening in terms of geopolitics. Things are heating up, in my opinion, in terms of a war. I guess Gerald Celente was right. He said in the past they'll try everything, trade wars, currency wars, all kinds of wars that are not real kinetic wars, and if everything fails, they'll go to war. Hopefully he's wrong about this. The way I look at it is that other countries in the world like Russia, China, they're not looking for war. They're just looking for respect and not to be bossed around by the neocons from the Anglo-American Empire. I think that's what's happening, and these neocons won't have it. They think they need to control the whole world. They're mad, in my opinion. They want a unipolar world, while the other major countries like China and Russia want to have a multipolar world of cooperation, peace, and prosperity. That's what I think. Anyway, that's a different subject. So let's start out with what we're doing this morning in the markets. It's 8:11 a.m. London time. So spot gold right now is up $6 at 1345.20. The range has been 1339 to 1345.60. So we're right near the highs as I speak. Silver is up 5 cents, 1661, up 1/3%. It's underperforming gold a little bit. That is a bit short term. That's a little bit worrying. It means that I think the powers that be are trying to actually keep gold down by keeping silver down. We've seen that before, and then they'll come in during early in US hours and smash silver, and gold will go down. But I could be wrong. Or the Dow futures this morning, as I speak, is down 103 or 0.4% at 24,300. The S&P is down 15 at 2640, or just over 0.5%. The Nasdaq 100 future is down 35, also 0.5% at 6580. Currency-wise, we've got sterling up 0.2% at 142.03. So cable doing well still there. Euro up 21 pips, about 0.2% as well at 123.76. And the dollar is down 0.2% against the yen at 107. So yeah, dollar not looking great. The dollar index is at 89.50. So still above recent lows, but down slightly overnight. Cryptocurrencies still stuck here around these recent levels. Bitcoin 6,860, 6,860. Ethereum 418. EOS actually is up 7% at 640. So EOS doing quite well. LITECOIN, a bit of disappointment. It's still at 114.50. You would have thought we'd be around 120. Yeah, cryptocurrency is still within the correction from the top we saw in December. So the dead cross, you might say, oh, what are you talking about? It's a death cross. Well, there is something called a dead cross, and I'll read from an article here from 2010, and this is what this guy Lady said. Lady, L-A-I-D-I, says. Lady uses an added requirement that increases the upside of these signals or the downside. It depends which way the market is going, of course. The trader's signal, in the case of a dead cross, when the 50-day moving average crosses below the 100-day, when both averages are above or below the 200-day and the current price of the underlying. Here's the dead cross, the 50-day, which is the blue line, crossing below the red line, which is the 100-day, and the 200 days still below both of those averages. So now we'll go to the Dow and we'll have a look at the technical picture. You see that trend line I've been talking about last week. We touched, yeah, I had it around 24,650, and that's pretty much where it touched and then came down. Yesterday, I was talking about 24,500 for that line, and the high was 24,511, touched that line again. And today, of course, we're a couple of hundred points below that level, 24,500. Let's see, we are at 24,300. So now you look at the moving averages. The 50-day there is just starting to touch almost the 100-day. The 50-day is still above the 100-day. It's 24,766 as of yesterday's close. The 100-day was 24,756. So we haven't had the cross yet, but very close to it. The 200-day, of course, is still below, and the underlying is below the 50 and the 100-day. So we're almost getting a dead cross. That is a bearish signal. We'll have to see what happens. And below, of course, that 200-day is acting now as support, and that is around 23,500. So that's what I meant by the dead cross. So now let's have a look at the US dollar as per the dollar index. Bearish trend still. The 50-day moving average is actually stabilizing a little bit here. We've kind of been stuck around this 90 level, above and below it, since, well, since the middle of March, I would say, even a little bit before that. Right now, it looks like we're coming back down. We've gone below the 50-day moving average. The key support will be, next key support is 88.94, which is the low from the 27th of March. And the key level, of course, is 88.25, which is the low, recent low for this year. And multi-year low, I guess. And that was touched on the 16th of February. So those are the key levels. If we break through 88.94, that could be quite significant, because it will break this trend that we've had just below and above 90 for the last month or so. Let's have a quick look at gold. Just a simple chart here going back about 5 years, weekly chart. We're still consolidating here as a little the pennant is forming, and the top of the pennant for this week is around 1353. So we're quite close to that, and then we'd have to also break the high of the year at 1365 to really confirm a break, and ultimately we'd want to also break 1375. So yeah, I guess if we break above this pennant or triangle, we really want to see a break of 1375, and that could happen. We could see an explosive move higher. Headlines, geopolitics, you see these headlines and it is worrying. Zero Hedge has top headline, imminent announcement of U.S. action in Syria coming amid expectations of airstrikes within hours, it says. Yeah, Russia's not going to stand for this. This is worrying. This is not just a little, this is not like going into Libya. I think, I saw yesterday the Security Council, there was a resolution that was vetoed by Russia, and actually China abstained from voting on it. So it shows that China is not really standing with the West or NATO or the US or the Anglo-American Empire. So let's hope nothing really happens in Syria. And as people say, Trump said last week he was ready to leave Syria. Assad, with the help of the Russian, he'd crushed all these moderate rebels, as they call them, or these terrorists. And why would he gas his own people if things were getting better? The Americans were going to leave. Even the Russians were prepared to leave soon. And the civil war was almost ended. So it doesn't make sense. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Yeah, and you can follow me on steemit.com as well, and on Twitter. And I'll talk to you later. Take care.